Hey, what's up YouTube? This is CJ. Bring you guys another quick update on the Reef tank. Going to be covering some new additions as far as fish and shrimp goes. I'm also going to go over some things I'm going to do to prepare the tank for my first corals, which I plan on adding here in the next couple of weeks or so. So I'm going to keep this video as short as possible. You all know how I like to do it. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoy it. I'm going to give you all a quick look at what I got floating in the tank. As you can tell already, the first bag, I got a yellow goby. Forgot the name of it, but it's not a normal watchman. I'll get the name later. And I also got my flame, a couple cleaner shrimp. I got a cherry red shrimp as well. In my last tank, I really enjoyed having these guys, and they added a lot of life to the tank. You know, a lot of movement, a lot of personality. So I figured, let's give it another go. I was finally able to pick up some pods to seed my tank with. As you can tell, there's a bunch of them in here swimming around. For those who've never seen them before, I would say I got at least 50 or 60 or so in here, from mid to small size. So I'm hoping this will be enough to get a population going so I can get that life in my system like I need without the pests that may come with live rot. I will be repeating the same process as before with my quick quarantine dip for my fish. I'm going to be doing this for every fish I add to my tank. I'm also going to be dipping my corals in the Revive. It's made by Seagem. I know a lot of people have used this. Some people use Coral RX, but I'm going to give my try at this. And as far as dosing the tank, I've never dosed my tanks before, but I figured I would start off with the easiest one involving my auto top off. Haven't used it yet. I'm still calculating how much I'm going to need, or if I'm going to need it at all at the beginning. So that's going to give you guys an idea of what's coming. I'll be sure to cover this in my next vid when I finally do add my corals. For anyone new in the hobby, the biggest piece of advice I can give you is make things as easy as possible. That way you're more likely to do them. In this case, simply setting up a surge protector with multiple switches will allow me to turn off each device individually. I've never had one of these before, and I know how much of a pain it was unplugging each device, during water changes or different things I needed to service them. So highly recommend it. I actually picked up this one on Amazon for less than 30 bucks. There's different brands and types, but if you don't have one, it's just one of those things that makes life easier. I haven't started dosing my tank yet, but before I do, I definitely had to figure out how much my tank evaporated every day. So far, it's anywhere between 1/3 of a gallon to 1/2 a gallon. So I'm just trying to see if I can get this consistent, so that way I know exactly how much to dose. So that's coming later on my next vid. I just want to give you guys an idea of what I'm doing with my auto top off and my reservoir for right now. I did make a minor adjustment to the lighting on my tank. Still using the same Ocean Revive LEDs, but I just simply raised them up a little bit more to make sure the spread covered my whole tank. But these lights, they are nice, but they do have limitations. I'll be doing a full review on them once I get to know them, maybe another month or so. I'll give you guys a quick follow-up on the equipment in my tank. Last vid, I had some concerns, and others had concerns as far as using the skimmer in the return section. And just like I kind of thought before, as long as my auto top off did the job, it should work, and so far so good. The JBJ auto top off keeps it level, and the skimmer does its thing. It does skim wet. Only problems I have is when I do a water change, the water level raises in the whole back chamber, so I just got to make sure I turn it off and remove the cup. Now, as far as the reactor goes, I have turned it on. It's been on for about a week and a half. I have about, I would say, 1/2 cup of Phosguard in here. It holds all of it, as you can tell. It can hold a little more. And I actually am really surprised on how well it works. I mean, the algae in my tank, besides a diatom bloom, I did have a little green algae that this helped clear up immediately. As you can tell, pretty easy to dial in. I have it set to a small tumble, so that way it doesn't kind of grind itself to dust. So far, so good. So I'll let you guys know if something bad happens from this situation. But as you can tell, everything looks like it's running smoothly. guys a quick look at the new additions in the tank. I did have to drop some new light spectrum pellets in to kind of get them going, but they didn't disappoint. You can see the cleaner shrimp are lively, doing well. Kind of have a little spat over who wants to pellet. It's pretty funny. And as far as my fire shrimp, this damn things are way more aggressive than my last one I had in my other tank, but it's still entertaining. You can tell he pretty much scared off the molly from eating its pellet, so everyone's eating and doing well as far as my shrimp go. Wavemaker came through with flying colors. He was able to survive the quick quarantine dip, acclimation. He's eating good. He's zipping around the tank, kind of making himself at home. And really, I'm starting to understand why everyone who's able to have one of these fish has one in their tanks. Definitely a gorgeous fish, and I would say by far is my favorite one I've ever owned. And I'm hopeful that, he remains a model citizen for the rest of the stock list I have planned for this tank. As far as my MP10 goes, I did decide to remove the foam cover on it. It was collecting way too much detritus, and I wanted to see just how much power it was losing because of that. And I'll tell you, this pump's a beast. After I took that foam pad off, as you can see, the slow motion wave action is showing you just how powerful this pump is. I'm only running it at about half strength on nutrient transport mode, and it's kicking up everything. So not only that, it's a lot quieter now. It's probably due to it breaking in, but either way, I'm just happy with the way it's performing. That's pretty much going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the update. Just want to keep you in the loop as far as new additions with my stock and let you know how the equipment's running on the tank. So far, no complaints either way. Everything's kind of going according to plan. And as far as the future goes, going to be adding some more fish. Maybe a sand sifting goby, maybe some schooling fish. I'm not sure yet. Who knows? I'll keep you guys updated. But as far as corals, I've been eyeing a gold torch on my LFS. That'll probably be my first purchase. I always wanted a gold torch. I never had a chance to have one in my previous reef. So other than that, I know this video went a little longer than usual. If you guys like the longer vid, let me know. I always try to keep them short. But, other than that, like, comment, subscribe. You guys do what y'all do. Y'all be easy.